online comments from the 5th, 6th, 12th, and 14th of March. Could you provide some context to those posts?
Well, that was in response to the Mikalago quarry. So we've got the December 12th, 2024 is when I reported the asbestos that we had discovered at Mikalago. Now, this was not a new thing. The asbestos was new, but the problem wasn't new. And for some 3 years, the quarry, we call it, Mikalago, massive hole in the ground, has been filled with dirt. It had been doing dodgy shit, lots of dust, no dust control. They hadn't complied with development consent conditions. The council had given them a DA approval in secret. You know what's interesting? We can't get a copy of the development application. It appears it does not exist. How can you give a consent to an application that you now can't produce? That's a question for you, Mr. Do-Nothing Dunche. Where is the development application? Tony Murray, the guy in the fancy shoes. It's your job, your department. Michelle Rogers is involved. She's been going out to this quarry repeatedly over the years. She has sat on Matt Badrock's paddocks. She has sat on his veranda. She has met with him. She has taken videos and photos and his complaints. And nothing has ever been done. And that then culminated with, I received a call from Matt Badrock, who I'd never met, on the 10th of December. And he said, I think I've got asbestos in my paddock from the quarry. How do I identify it? And I asked him to describe it to me. And he said, oh, well, it's like fibro and it's got dots on it. All right, that's classic dimpleback asbestos. I'll come over this afternoon and we'll have a look. And I'll be able to then get evidence to report directly to the general manager and to Tony Murray, the new guy who had started at the Council for Environmental Services and Communities and what have you. So I went over to Matt Badrock's, it's only 100 k's from Nimidabel, and we took a minute. By the time I met him at the gate and walked over into the middle of his paddock, and there's white fibro fragments in his grass. And you could see where the silt plume came through his fence. The whole ground under the fence was missing. It had been eaten away by the water out of the quarry site. So I took photos, I took videos, and on the 12th of December at our ordinary council meeting, I went in early and I had a meeting with the general manager and I put a sample of asbestos on his desk and I gave him a report and said, here's the photos, here's the evidence. We now need decisive action over this and we need this asbestos cleaned up. Well, it's 5 months in a couple of days' time. And listeners, shoppers, I can tell you that nothing has happened.
Now, this is more than just a 5-month issue.